Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, or KSM, also as he's known by the mastermind behind the 9/11 attack, says he has information that he wants to share with lawmakers about Gina Haspel, President Trump's nominee for the CIA director. Joining us now, James Mitchell, enhanced interrogation author. James, you helped to get information from KSM. This is, to me, sounds like the ultimate publicity stunt, but what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I can't think of a better recommendation for picking her, to be honest with you. It seems bizarre to me that Dianne Feinstein and the other Democrats in the Senate who oppose her want to stand arm in arm with KSM, the mastermind of the worst terror attack on our country, in opposition to having Gina Haspel as the director of the CIA. She's the most qualified person to have ever rose up through the ranks to be nominated as the director of the CIA. She spent 7 overseas tours, operational tours, mostly undercover, a handful of senior positions, and moreover, she didn't run that program. She didn't run that program. She said that over and over. I was involved in that program from the time that it was thought up till the time that it was shut down by Barack Obama. I know who my boss was. It wasn't her. She wasn't in charge of that program, and yet that's the fantasy that those people who oppose her would like to put out there.
Weren't there?
I'd like to see them defend the idea that they have the same objection to her that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed has.
Well, you know, to me, it's just the idea that he believes that his suggestion was something that would be palatable just shows how much opposition or resistance there is against President Trump, no matter, in my mind, who the nominee would be. But you mentioned who your boss was. We know that there were people associated with this program, higher ranking at the time than Gina Haspel, who have gone through the rigors of confirmation processes and have gotten a nod from Democrats in the past.
That's John Brennan. John Brennan was up to his eyeballs in that program. And he very easily, I can't recall, but I think it was something like 80% of the Senate voted for his confirmation. It's petty politics. They oppose her not so much because of her involvement in the program, because that was minimal, mostly because it's someone that Trump nominated. America will be safer with her as the director of the CIA. That's rather than some political hack, or rather than somebody who doesn't have the background that she's had. She will take the CIA back to its core missions. She's already said she won't implement re-implement the interrogation policies because those are against the law. She's agreed to that.
Right.
What else do they expect?
Yeah, and they're judging her or attempting to on how she feels about the program, and rather than the work, her 30 years of work. Thank you very much, James. Appreciate it.
Glad to do it. Thank you.